Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Edhem Shusha, one of the skills development coordinators for the Youth Guide team. And today I would like to differentiate a concept we often confuse, or two concepts actually that we often confuse, which are shame and guilt. Often when we, let's say, commit a mistake or we fail at a particular event or an action, we often are dealt with these two concepts. Either we feel guilt or we feel shame. When we feel guilt, it's simply the negative emotions related to that particular action. When we look at guilt, we're really just looking at the event for what it is. It's just let's say you did poorly on an exam. It's simply that you just did poorly on the exam. And the emotions related to that event are what fuel guilt. Importantly, guilt can sometimes be a positive motivator. So while you might have these negative emotions initially, these emotions can fuel you to become a more accomplished and a person of greater growth. On the other hand, when we look at shame, on the other hand, is simply the bad, the evil, and this is where you look at these negative events that may have happened and you internalize them to project them onto yourself. So rather than, oh, I failed at a subject, I am a failure. Or rather than, oh, I made a mistake, I am a mistake. When we look at these two different things, shame can often be a continuous enhancer of a downward loop. So you're in a bad position from these negative circumstances, and you continue to progress through these negative emotions and these negative events, and you're really just digging the hole even deeper. So let's say, for example, let's give it a relevant example right now. We are in the last 10 days of Ramadan, and we are almost at the end. Every day at this point counts. So we all had a different 20 days. Personally, I had exams. And while I hoped I would do more, the stress of exams, while that may be an excuse, often occupy too much mental capacity and whatnot. And I did not achieve what I hoped or intended. So for me personally, going into these next 10 days, I am renewing my intentions. I am striving to goals that I may have set initially, but may have not achieved. For me today, I am trying to fuel my success with guilt or these negative drivers, fuel my success with guilt, which is simply just all these negative emotions I may have built up before, and to progress me to achieving the goals I have set for myself for the last 10 days. Personally, and what I would like to share is that we do not want to fuel ourselves with shame. So for example, I didn't do what I hoped to or intended to do in the first 20 days. It's important for me as a person to not see this as a failure as a person, but just a failure just in the time and the context. So today, I would like to challenge you and I would like to encourage you to set these goals, make them reasonable, make them manageable, and make sure that you are able to stay consistent. So for example, you could only do one ayah a day for the next 10 days. Make sure that it's one ayah and a day, but like every single day. You're not missing a day. And at the end of the day, inshallah, we're all rewarded for our good deeds. And thank you for listening to me today. And I hope you continue to scroll through our page. And if you have any questions or inquiries, feel free to DM us. Also, if you have the chance, I would love for you guys to check out our website. It just released, and I think you guys would be thrilled to see it. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful day.
oh.